We're just going to start by both of you all stating your name and your position here.
I'm Jennifer Hartledge, Assistant Executive Director with Southwest Family Ministries.
And I'm Tim Hartledge, and I'm the founder of Southwest Family Ministries.
What does your organization do, and who do you primarily help?
We target a community, 3 communities in our area, Lake Dreamland, Riverside, and River Oaks. And the reason we target those is for community transformation, because it's 3 areas that have, they lack education, social justice, so many things that there's lacking of. So we go in and help the community help themselves.
What services do you provide?
Well, besides spiritual, because we're housed in a church, we also help with their physical, their emotional, their family needs, their financial needs.
So one of them would be, an example would be the tutoring program that we do with the students. So if we're going to attack education, we have to meet them where they are. So we went out, do assessments, and realized that they have problems with grades, problems with going home and nobody there to help them because of the illiteracy in the area. So that's one of them would be the tutoring program.
And personally, what would be the most difficult part of your job?
Patience, of allowing it to happen in working alongside people that sometimes don't know that something's broken because they've lived in it for so long. Sometimes that's difficult to, as she likes to say, call their baby ugly. So you got to do it with love, and you got to do it with patience.
Yeah, which means they a lot of times don't accept your help.
Right.
That's true. Yeah. What do you feel is the least understood thing about the people you serve and about your organization?
Well, I would start off by saying that the fact that it exists and it's so close in Louisville on the southwest Jefferson County line over there against the Ohio River. I mean, people just have no idea that there's such a hotbed of just poverty and drug abuse and child protective services involved so close to home. I think for me being from the other side of the city, it's just kind of phenomenal that it's so close and there's such need.
I agree with that.
And what do you think might help people better understand the situation?
I think knowledge, when people walk with us and they come down and see it, I think that's the best understanding of, instead of hearing me talk about it, but when they come down and see it. It's one thing seeing a child in a school and understanding the problems. When you go to where they live, when you go to where they play, when you go to where they're, somebody's teaching them something. All these kids are mentored by somebody. In a lot of these situations, it's people that have gone against the system, have been in jail, or doing drugs. So I just think just awareness of walking with us.
And I would add to that, that in addition to that awareness, I would say also that we were blessed with some business and marketing skills, because it takes more than just compassion. I mean, you still have to get the answer, and you have to get the word out, and you have to do fundraising. And I would also say that Tim has been bestowed an incredible work ethic, so he just wants to go all the time and keep doing work.
All right, and why do you think this injustice continues to happen in this world?
I think because we look at the wrong answers, and as a people, we're selfish. We have built a society to live in neighborhoods to get away from other people. So then we have clusters. And then the ones that can't help themselves, sometimes people don't feel like they need to help them, just let them help them. So I think division, I think the enemy uses division to separate us. And that goes all the way back to biblical ages.
And I would add lack of knowledge and habit. I mean, sometimes they don't want to learn more because they don't want to change.
Well, that's what Mom did. That's what Grandma did.
Yeah.
And the isolation of where they are. Even though they go out and go to different schools, they're still, your heart is where your home is. And what I mean by that is you're going to become what you're living in, not the school that you go to.
What do you feel that has the power to change the situation?
Number one, God and the church. It's going to take the church. It's not the government that's going to fix this. God's going to use the church. So knowledge, the Bible tells us that the knowledge has to be there. So there has to be a plan. And then that love surpasses the knowledge. So it's not one church, it's the church. But with justice systems, it's the church working with government. I mean, as we go out, it's bringing all the folks together. There's so many different ministries that can serve in this area. So I think through our ministry, it's connecting. So teamwork will change this, and it is changing it. It's working, and we've been here 5 years. We've seen some great things happen.
And then what are some factors that contribute to this happening?
I mean, as far as this change happening, again, I think it's just, it takes action, and a lot of times people know about stuff, but they don't want to do anything. It's wonderful to have financial donations, because we always need that, but you also have you have to have an organization that's spearheaded and cares to continue putting the efforts and getting the change to happen. Again, getting people to come to church, getting the government involved, and having trust built within the people you're trying to serve, so they listen to you and try to change.
And because of that, we've been able to meet with, people in government to work alongside them. Not only do I, founded this ministry, but it came with other hats. Now I'm pastor in a church. I'm the chaplain of the fire department. I'm on Jessica Green, the Metro Councilwoman's revitalization team. We're meeting with the governor next week. So it's bringing all the people together, and also saying that we're in. It's not a hobby. We're in. We moved in the area.
It's your life.
Yeah. So it's walking with it.
And to conclude, what would you say, like, what's the difference between direct action and social action?
Well, the social action that we've seen, that's what's happened in the past. And social action kind of reminds me of sympathy, having sympathy. Direct action is compassion. It's movement. So the direct action is not us. We can assess the community that we don't live in that is worse than us and tell them that they need to be like us. But the direct action is going into community and getting to know them and seeing what their greatest need is. That's why we, instead of coming down here and launching a new church, first thing we launched was a tutoring. So it's the justice systems of working with them. They got to have knowledge to get out of this. It wasn't food. A lot of people thought it was food. We got to feed them and clothe them. Well, they had food. It wasn't great food. But the food will change only if they have knowledge. So if we're tutoring them and mentoring them, letting them know what they put in their bodies, what your body's going to turn into, why school is important, they realize, hey, if I turn my homework in, I actually pass. But they didn't know that. Now you say, well, why would they know that? Because nobody was walking with them. Because when they went home, it wasn't important. So we make it important. We applaud them. We cheer them. When these grades, the report cards are coming out now, we cheer with them and we applaud them. We're their biggest cheerleaders.
And I would say that the action turns to success when you actually build a sense of hope within the people you're trying to minister to. And I think, as you had said, I think between hope and love and God, I think those are the three-part answers.
Thank you. Thank you. Thanks.